So let me start by just talking about what the violence really is involving. There are over 117,000 gang members in the city of Chicago. 117,000 gang members in the city of Chicago. That's not bad enough. They're broken down into 55 major gangs, broken down into 747 factions of those 55 major gangs. And those 747 factions are broken down into 2,500 subsets of those factions. I'm going to say that again real slow. 117,000 gang members in the city of Chicago, 55 major gangs account for that 117,000, 747 factions, and 2,500 subsets of those factions. And any day of the week, any hour of the day, several hundred gang conflicts related to that 117,000 gang members.
In fact, one report claims Chicago gang members now outnumber the city's police officers by 10 to 1. This comes as the crime situation in Chicago grows out of control and there are calls to defund the police.
We want the homicide rate to stop in Chicago. I personally, in 2016, did over 100 funerals myself.
It's hard enough to get community leaders to work together. It's even harder to get the gangs to. It no longer looks like the organized crime of the 80s and 90s. The original leaders are dead or in prison, and gangs have fractured into cliques, fighting bitterly for money and territory.
Why every day are you carrying that around with you?
It ain't safe. You don't know who to trust or who not to trust.
If you leave the house without this, it's like
get killed.
It's like you basically saying she'll fuck my life. You know what I'm saying?
So when you wake up in the morning, when do you first grab that?
As soon as you put on your clothes, it's like putting your clothes on. How you bend down to tie your shoe, how you go in the bathroom to wash your face and brush your teeth, that go on your hip like you putting your belt on. The last thing you doing is worried about the police. I'd rather do a few years in the penitentiary than life in a cemetery. You know what I'm saying?
Birdman and Little G are Gangster Disciples on Chicago's West Side.
He's doing a lot better than when I first got out the hospital. I wish each one of my bullets could bring back one of my dead homies. I've been hit 13 times. That'll be 13 of my homies that'll be back.
Birdman was shot in November, and the wounds are still fresh. He replaces his bandages with his grandma's napkins and tape he borrowed from our cameraman. This reality is a world away from hotel conference.
Imagine living in a place where every 3 hours someone is shot and every 14 hours someone is murdered. And I'm not talking about Iraq or Afghanistan, but Chicago, one of the biggest and most sophisticated cities in the world. On the city's south side, considered the heart of Black America, gang rivalry is tearing its people apart. It's become so brutal, both police and gangs agree this is urban warfare out of control. We went into what is now dubbed Chirac to meet those who are fighting for survival on the front line.
It would be a shootout in Chicago over the smallest stuff. Chips, dice games, just the smallest stuff.
Did you say chips?
Yeah, potato chips.
You shot over potato chips?
Yeah.
Where every 3 hours someone is shot and every 14 hours someone is murdered.
And he done been shot, all of us done been to the penitentiary.
You've all been shot?
Yes.
So it sounds like it's out of control.
It's been out of control.
Yeah, so
It's been out of control.
And it is a war zone.
It's a real war zone.
Officially, 59 gangs are at war on the city's south and west sides.
You know what?
But in reality, there are a lot more. Just about every street block has a different gang or smaller groups called cliques. And all are armed with guns. But more Americans have been killed in Chicago since 2001 than in both wars combined. Last year, 762 people were murdered, and another 4,331 were shot. Poverty, drugs, violence.
Yes.
Is that the cycle?
Yes. Poverty, drugs, violence. Yes. That's what got us in this hole that we in right now.
And guns. Just about everyone has one, including kids. Arrests have dropped by a third, and the number of people questioned in the streets down by 80%. Your officers say to you, I don't want to do this anymore?
We have more and more leaving, younger and younger. We have wives telling their husbands and husbands telling their wives, I want to get out of Dodge. And they're packing up their kids and they're going.
They're leaving town?
They're leaving.
Even the police are leaving town?
Even the police are leaving.
This is the most dangerous spot in the city.
One of the most dangerous spots in the city.
This is where you're bound to get shot?
Yeah.
Or shot at?
Yeah.
Most of the shootings happen here in O Block. Once low-income family apartment housing and the one-time home to a tiny tot called Michelle Obama, it is now ground zero in Chicago's gang wars. What could cause you to be shot here?
You're opposite gang.
Simply because you're in another gang?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a free-for-all.
It's past the free-for-all.
Was there a moment when you decided, enough, I've got to change?
Yeah. That time that gun was in my head and it clicked and that bullet didn't come out.
You were about to be shot? And that...
It just clicked, like it jammed.
The reason why I joined the gang, because I felt no love in the crib. I didn't feel like nobody paid attention to me. So I joined the gang to make my name well known and do something. Just make my name known somewhere.
So what's up, guys? It's your boy D Smith. Welcome to D Smith Let's Discuss. Man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So as you know, Chicago is off the chain right now. Killings every day in a certain part of the neighborhoods, right? So this is a report from the DEA 2017, Cartels and Gangs in Chicago. Go take a look at this report. So all the crime in Chicago is due to the Mexican cartel and the Chicago gang. So that's where all the crime is coming from, in my opinion. And my father-in-law used to still say this today, that the cartels are funding the gangs in Chicago. So Chicago has a long history of organized crime and is home to numerous street gangs. As you've seen in the clips before, the use of the illegal drug trade to build their enterprises, although from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was more structured, but today we have the little cliques. We have the little cliques of gang members. So compounding Chicago crime problem is a steady supply of drugs from Mexican drug cartels, most notably the Sinaloa cartel. So this is a background. Go read the report. So this is from 2017. Probably has changed 2021. And this is the list of the cartels. La Familia. Damn. So add them in a mix. What? The Chicago gangs is killings every day. Killings every day. So the Chicago most prevalent street gangs are the Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, Black Keystone, Vice Lords, and Lion Kings, and other street gangs that are active in Chicago, each with an estimated membership of over 1,000, which include the New Breeds, Four Crown Hustles, 2-6 Maniac, Latin Disciples, Satan Disciples, Spanish Cobras, and Mickey Cobras, and any other little cliques that are on each block. So, once again, this is 2017, and you can read right here: Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, Black Keystone Nations, Vice Lords, Latin Kings. Folks versus People Nation. So yeah, we get a chance, read it. Just fascinated by this gang culture and how do we solve it, or can we solve it? It's your boy D. I'm out of here.